Hey guys, Metal Jesus here, and I am back again with the one and only, the immortal John Hancock.
Always glad to be back.
Please tell people why you are here today.
We are here to talk about stupidly expensive and rare Dreamcast games.
I love this series, and I love the Dreamcast, so this should be good. Let's take a look. All right, John, what do you got for me here?
All right, first up, Power Stone 2.
Ah, yes. Love this game.
Yeah, it's essentially the Dreamcast answer to Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's 4-player fighting, like in a 3D setting, and it's better than the original.
Right. Which was already a great game.
Yeah. And it was published by Capcom, and you're going to see a theme here
Right.
with today's video.
Lots and lots of Capcom games,
That's
which
right.
is not a bad thing. So.
No, they sneezed out a bunch of games for the Dreamcast, and I don't know if it was easy to port their games or whatnot, but there was a ton of Capcom games, and they were in low production. Okay. And so they came out, and you know, part of it too is the Dreamcast wasn't out that long.
Right, right.
And so, yep.
Right.
All right, next up.
Okay.
My favorite on the Dreamcast, especially for a more rare game, Cannon Spike.
Okay, I played this a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of a top-down, like a walking classic shooter. Yeah. You can play strange characters, including Arthur from my favorite series, Ghosts and Goblins.
Oh, okay, okay.
And so it's got some neat features on it. It's a short game, but it's definitely low in production, and it was produced by Capcom.
What? Okay. This next one here, oh my god. So let's talk about Mars Matrix.
Yes.
So first of all, the Dreamcast is, oh my gosh, there's so many great games on it. I think that's the thing, that's the theme of this video in particular, is that a lot of these games, the reason why they're sort of expensive for sure is that people like me want to own them.
Yes.
And I remember the day that I bought this. I was so happy.
Yeah.
So it is a top-down shooter, very arcade, bullet hell style, very unique look to it, where it kind of looks sort of pre-rendered. It's also based on an arcade game, which I happen to have sitting over there as well. I play that one a lot. Yeah. But the Dreamcast version is just fantastic. I play this all the time.
Yeah, and you know, the Dreamcast had so many great shooters on the console, and it like you was like playing the arcade. Yeah. With some additional features. Yep. You didn't have to put quarters in. Awesome.
Fantastic. And then you have one here, which I don't own in my collection yet.
Giga Wing 2. And
right.
It's a follow-up to Giga Wing, and look, it's produced by Capcom. Yay! And again, another great bullet hell shooter.
Yes.
I like Mars Matrix a little bit better. And I'm not too great at these games, but again, low in production run, and this one was pretty hard to find.
Cool. Yep. All right, next up, Project Justice.
All right, it's follow-up to Rival Schools.
Okay.
And, you know, it's a 3D fighting game, team-based. I haven't played this a ton, but it's one of many titles that like I've said before, Capcom released a lot of their great games, shooters and fighters, on the console. Did not sell well at all. And you know, it's limited in production, really hard to find, and was one of my last copies to get for my Dreamcast collection.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
Not the last one. That one's coming up.
But this is one that it took a while for you to find.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, and again, when I hunt, I try to find stuff in person.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't clicking on eBay, which now is a little bit easier to collect. You know, you can find a lot of these rare games on eBay, but you're going to pay for them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. All right, next up.
Great story about this. I got this at Pink Gorilla. It was my last game to complete my Dreamcast collection.
Really?
Tech Romancer.
Okay.
And robot, you know, 3D fighting game. A lot of fun. And it's a great, obscure kind of mech game. Huh. And yeah, I like it. And got a good deal at Pink Gorilla.
Really?
Yeah. And it's pretty hard to find.
Yeah.
And it's sought after, and it's one of the harder ones to get for the US Dreamcast library.
And they had a copy.
And they had a copy of it. I got it at PAX. You know, they had their little booth set up. And I went up there and I saw
was it like,
yeah. Yeah, I went up there and I'm like, that was the one game I need for my Dreamcast collection. And I purchased it and I go, my Dreamcast collection's done.
Oh,
It was great. It was a great story.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Next up, this game's a little bizarre. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And this is one of the rare animated 2D fighting games on the Dreamcast and arcade. It was an arcade game, like many of these games. And it's just a bizarre, weird premise. Has great animation. It was barely released on the Dreamcast.
Really?
I mean, it took me a while to track this down.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, cool. So you have 2 copies of this next game, and I'm confused as to why.
Yeah. So, standard Shenmue.
Okay. That's what I have.
3 discs.
Yep.
This is the collector's edition, and this comes with the limited edition, and it comes with a music CD.
Wow.
And so when you open this up, you're like, well, where's that? It's right here. You want the disc right here.
I see. So it has 4.
Yeah, it's 4 CDs. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, and it's got a little limited edition imprinted on the front.
I could see Shenmue fans like having to own that. I mean, the following of this game is, of course, legendary. That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I've talked to a lot of people like, oh, I didn't know that came out. It's just one of those things like, there's a lot of variations of games out there, and some people freak out.
Yeah. But especially, again, on a console like this where it didn't sell a lot anyways, and then there's this limited version of it.
Yeah. There's another limited version of the same game, and this is more of a label variation. There's a Speed Devils game, and there's a clean copy of that took out the demon head, and that is really hard to find. I don't have that,
I see.
But it kind of falls into this category. Yep.
Next up here, we also have a game I have heard of. I swear that Reggie has talked about this at some point. It's Illbleed.
Yep.
This is a survival horror game.
Yep, and I'm sure Reggie has 4 copies of it.
He probably does.
So yeah, it was exclusive to the Dreamcast. Haven't played it a ton, but I know that there are a lot of fans of it, and it's definitely strange.
Yeah, I mean, again, we mentioned Reggie. There are some people like Reggie who he is so in love with that genre that he has to have every game that ever came for it. And this definitely looks like late 90s to me with like the pre-rendered cover there.
Absolutely. I see a lot of like computer games with that type of
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's okay, cool.
All right. The big one.
So, first of all, Sonic Adventure, really?
Yeah. But wait, and so this is the limited edition, and so this was promoting the Dreamcast coming out, and so
before it,
before it came out, I think a month or 2 before, it didn't have some of the finalized code in here, so like the online, there was some different music missing, some different variations
it's an unfinished version of the game.
Yeah, it's like hey, this is what we have so far, and we're promoting the Dreamcast. It's almost done. And so they offered this, I do believe, at Hollywood Video.
Wow.
And so you could play the game, and really finding a clean copy that didn't have like a sticker on the disc or the manual is really hard to find. Wow. So yeah, this is definitely a hard one to get now.
That is, because the normal version of this game is dime a dozen.
Yeah.
I mean, you can find it probably for next to nothing.
Yeah.
I've never seen this before. That's really cool.
Yep. So I scored that a long time ago from a good friend, Josh Byerly, and he knew I was looking for it to complete my Dreamcast collection. At the time, I wasn't complete, but he's like, "Hey, I have this, and I'll cut you a deal."
Wow, that's great. Yeah. Well, guys, we would love to know down in the comments. Do you collect for the Dreamcast? Do you have any of these stupidly rare and expensive games?
Yep.
I don't think I have any of them. Oh, I have Mars Matrix.
Oh, that's a good game to have.
It's a good one to have. All right. Where can people find you on the internet?
You can search John Hancock. I have my own YouTube channel. Check it out. I do live streams and oddball stuff and does it still work, etc., etc.
Yeah, and we've done a bunch of these videos up to this point as well. So I'll link to that in the upper corner here. We've done the N64.
Oh, yeah.
We did. I think I've done PS2 games, Xbox, all that sort of stuff.
PS1.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and take care. The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. John Hancock. I'm actually working on another one of these videos. We shot the same day a stupidly rare and expensive Sega Saturn video. And man, if you think the Dreamcast is expensive, wait till you see the Saturn games. It's outrageous. I mean, thankfully, he was smart. He got all these games years ago before they shot up in price. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching.